Hello, I'm Shane McNeil. I create champion salons and champion stylists. Today, we're going to talk about your style, how you look. When you walked into your salon for the first time, how did it feel? Were you excited? Did you feel nervous? What about the first person that walked up to you? Do you remember what their hair looked like? Do you remember their makeup, their clothes? Probably not. You probably did get, though, an overall feeling. Was that person, were you in a quality environment, or do you feel like you should make a run for it? When you get up and get dressed for work in the morning, when you do your makeup, when you do your hair, you have control over the image of your salon. You get to control how people feel just from the way that you look. When you're getting ready in the morning, you should be thinking, I want my clients to feel like I want them to say, when I saw my stylist, I knew they were going to do an amazing job just by looking at them. You want them to leave and be thinking, I can't wait to tell my friends I knew my stylist was going to do amazing because just from looking at her. You have that control. At our salon, we have not many rules, but we have standards. We don't tell our stylist, you should come to work with your hair in perfect curls, or your hair should be smoothed perfectly, or your hair should not be greasy, or your hair should not have product in it where you can see it, or things of that nature. We don't tell them that you need to wear a certain color makeup or lipstick, which they do at some makeup counters. Actually, that's probably a lot of makeup counters. But we have standards at our salon. And those standards are what we hold our stylists to. And it's an idea of quality. It's something we want our stylists upholding that high end stylist image, that high end salon image. And that's what we look for when our stylists are coming to work every day. We have this one stylist, Sasha, and comes to work looking amazing every day. Her clothes look like she walked straight out of a boutique, like literally every day. The one thing that we know about Sasha and her home life is that there's no way that she has enough closet space in her apartment for all the clothes that she wears. We don't know where she puts them. But her hair and makeup every day when she comes to work, they are impeccable. And do you know what clients we will give Sasha? You care to guess? Any, any client. And we do because we know that by the time they finish their consultation, they're going to feel like they will do anything that she says. And it's because they trust her. And they trust her because of the way she looks, the way she carries herself, the time that she put into getting dressed in the morning, her image. Like, it makes people trust you when you present yourself well. So I know, remember earlier I said that you should have your clients, or your goal should be to have your clients think a certain way when they leave you. We know that when her clients leave her, they can't wait to go and tell their friends about her. They can't wait to say, I knew my stylist was going to do an amazing job just from looking at her. You know, one of the worst things for a salon manager or the leader of a salon, or really probably any business, uh, have you ever gone to school or work and been around somebody that you know should be taking better care of themselves? That is like the last thing that a manager, especially of a salon, should would ever want to deal with. Whenever we all have time periods in our lives, whether it be a night we stayed out too night, we partied too hard, or whether it be a breakup with a boyfriend or girlfriend, we're gonna all have time periods where we don't feel our best. What's important though is to still put the effort in to look your best. It's the way that you build self-esteem is making yourself do what you know you should do even when you don't feel like it. That creates mental toughness and self-esteem. And your image is one of the things that you always have control over. You can always look your best. It may not be the best you've ever looked, but it could be the best that you can look in that moment. You can carry yourself, and nobody has to know that you had a long night or you're going through a breakup. You should be looking your best all the time. Your clients aren't paying any less for when they come in, and if you're going through a breakup, they're not paying any less because you stayed out late and didn't feel like getting dressed or doing your makeup or hair that next day. They're expecting a high-end salon experience when they come to see you. At least in our salon, that's how they feel, and I feel like the people I'm talking to would be the same way. Your clients are paying for an experience, and your image is part of that experience. I know that Sasha, when she comes in, she is not feeling as good as she looks sometimes, but it's okay because I know she's going to present herself, or she feels better presenting herself that way because that's part of who she is. If you remember earlier, I asked you what it felt like when you first walked into your salon, or do you remember the first person that you saw and what that person felt like? That your image, your appearance should reinforce your salon's atmosphere. If you work in a high-end salon atmosphere, that's what your image should reinforce. That's how you should look. We take that very seriously at our salon. It's the unity of all of us working in our high-end environment that allows us to charge the prices that we charge. We have, to give an example, we have Maya, another one of our stylists. Now, Maya also looks impeccable every day. She's quirky, but she's but she still looks great every day. And she is the loudest stylist of all the stylists that we have. Usually when she's talking to her client, and she's talking to the two clients on the sides of her. She's like an entertainer. Anyway, it also makes her clients talk loud, and it also makes everybody feel free to talk to her, even if they're not her client. Well, so one day, one of those clients next to her is talking to her and brings up like a salon down the street and starts to do some kind of comparison. And I'm in the background and I'm like, it makes me stop exactly where I am because I don't like anybody bringing up another stylist from another salon or another salon while they're in our salon. Like none of our stylists. I just think it's not good. It's bad. I never want to talk bad about anybody. But anyway, so this client goes on and she tells Maya that because of Maya's style and the vibe of our salon, she feels like she's walking into a high-end boutique every time she comes in. And she can't wait to see what the stylists are wearing and what their hair is going to look like every time she comes to visit us. That's an amazing win for us. Like, we love that. And obviously, Maya couldn't wait to tell all of us at that exact moment, which she did, because she takes pride in how she looks. And it made her feel good. It made all of us feel good. It was all of us unified in a moment. Uh, and it was a great little win for us as far as our image supporting the high-end salon atmosphere that we're promoting. One of the things that we do for our stylists is we give them a list of stats every week. And in these stats, they go over everything that you would need to be a champion stylist. And we are there to make our stylists successful. This is a part of that process. We call them our high-end stylist stats. And one of the things on those stats is image. We have that on their image and attitude, and because those things are super important and they're not like gradable things like a percentage or a number, but it gives everybody knows that this gives them a chance to be viewed through other people's eyes and not just their own, because we all see ourselves in one way, and this just gives us a chance to let them see how everybody else sees them, including their clients, because we're looking actually through their clients' eyes as we communicate to them how they're doing. But since our whole intention is to create champion hairstylists, they know where our hearts are whenever we're writing these stats. And what the stats do, or what this image part of our stats do, is keep us all unified in being that high-end salon, or having that high-end salon atmosphere. And what that does is it gives them a feeling of quality, like with us all as a group, and not just one, not just them by themselves, but we have a team of people working to make them successful, and that image is part of that. Uh, and also that image, it supports them making making money and being able to charge the prices that we charge, because we are a high-end salon and we don't discount. This allows us to charge what we're worth. All right, I hope you gained something from that. It was fun talking to you. Until next time, when we're getting dressed in the mornings. This is horrible.